Mr. Speaker, sir, Dr. Lam Pin Min asked for an update on the disciplinary measures taken against the officers responsible for Mas Selamat bin Kastari's escape from the Wycherley Road Detention Centre. As I informed members on the 21st of April 2008, I had ordered the Commissioner of Police and the Director of the Internal Security Department, ISD, to investigate the operational lapses related to the escape and to ascertain individual accountabilities. I also stated that even while this process took its course, I had instructed the Director ISD to replace several officers at the WRDC, whom the Committee of Inquiry, or COI, and the Criminal Investigation Department, CID, had identified as being responsible for the escape of Mas Selamat. In addition, subsequent to my statement on the 21st of April, I also replaced the supervising officer in ISD, whom the superintendent and the WRDC administration reported to. I will explain his role later and why I replaced him. Mr. Speaker, sir, there is an established framework for the disciplinary action inquiry process. This includes allowing the officer to defend himself against the charges and giving the officer the right to appeal if he is found guilty by a disciplinary body. The Commissioner of Police and the Director ISD have reported to me that they have completed their respective disciplinary inquiry processes against a total of 8 officers. The police has charged the 2 Gurkha contingent or GC guards who escorted Mas Selamat. They have pleaded guilty and have been demoted in rank. ISD has charged 6 officers. These 6 officers have acknowledged their culpability and accepted the sanctions meted out. Let me now elaborate on them. The superintendent of the WRDC has been dismissed from service. The deputy superintendent of the WRDC has been demoted in rank with a corresponding pay cut. They are the 2 most senior officers in charge of the ground management of WRDC. They hold SAF or Singapore Armed Forces equivalent ranks of Lieutenant Colonel and Major respectively. The daily administration and operations of WRDC comes under the direct charge of the superintendent, the most senior officer on the ground. The deputy superintendent is the next most senior officer assisting the superintendent to manage the work of WRDC staff and ensure the compliance with established procedures. These 2 officers have been held accountable for the lack of supervision over the subordinates implicated, which resulted in lapses that enabled Mas Selamat to escape. The superintendent has also been charged and held accountable for failing to take appropriate action on discovering that the ventilation window in the family visitation block toilet was unsecured. He should have instructed the renovation contractor to install grills on the ventilation window. It was a serious error on his part instead to order that the handle of the window be sawn off in the mistaken belief that this was a sufficient security measure. The special duty operative who handled the family visit when Mas Selamat escaped has been dismissed from service. She failed to take immediate and decisive action when alerted by the guards, which could have prevented the escape of Mas Selamat. She also did not observe proper procedures. For example, in the accurate registration of clothes that were personal to the detainee and WRDC issued clothes. That was why Mas Selamat was able to wear more than 1 layer of clothes on the day of his escape. The Special Duty Operatives Supervisor failed to obtain a proper security assessment of the detainee's use of the family visitation block toilet. He was issued a letter of reprimand and relieved of all supervisory duties. This supervisor is a senior officer holding the equivalent rank of Inspector of Police or Lieutenant in the SAF. The letter of reprimand will be entered into his service record and will have a negative bearing on his future career, such as his performance appraisal, promotion, and awards. 2 other WRDC officers have been served with departmental letters of warning. These will be lodged as adverse entries in their service files and will have a bearing on their future careers. One of them is the technical officer who was responsible for the CCTV upgrading at WRDC. Although the new CCTV system had not yet been commissioned at the time of the incident, he should have exercised due care to ensure that the vendor had correctly carried out the instructions so that the system was recording. The chief warder is the 8th officer who has been disciplined. She was served a letter of warning. It was the chief warder who approached the superintendent to allow the detainees to use the family visitation block toilet. Although this officer was not directly involved in the incident, as an experienced officer, she should have considered the security implications of allowing detainees to use the family visitation block toilet. Sir, I had earlier said in this House on the 21st April that in ascertaining accountability, we would examine the roles not just of the junior officers, but also the supervisory and management levels of WRDC. Therefore, apart from looking at those who were directly or indirectly responsible for the escape, Director ISD and Commissioner of Police have looked at all relevant officers who may be liable further up the chain of command, regardless of the rank or grade. The WRDC superintendent and the WRDC administration staff report to a command director in ISD. This command director is the supervising officer or the ISD officer in charge, whom I said earlier was replaced along with the officers identified in the COI report and the CID investigations as being responsible for the escape of Mas Selamat.